This was supposedly to help Jihoon fight for custody of Taeyang, his son with Deavan Clegg. Jihoon has cut ties with the Gofundme and the attorney, accusing the latter of being unethical. To start at the beginning, a try-hard fan whom we do not personally understand started a GoFundMe. Without coordinating with or receiving permission from Jihoon, she decided to raise money. Ostensibly, the goal was to get thousands of dollars from fans to give to a custody attorney for Jihoon. After many disappointments, mostly from Jihoon, the two had seemed to be in a good place. Then they were not, with Deavan returning to America with her 2 children. But on camera, we only saw a fraction of the story. This was what prompted Deavan to return to the United States, but was never explained or addressed on the show. Months after her return to the United States, Deavan moved on, touching base with a friend, Topher Park. Their friendship blossomed into a relationship, one that they have shared on social media. This has led to backlash from Jihoon, who used the situation to extract sympathy from fans. Jihoon had an easy time with that. Despite earlier sympathy, some creative editing in the middle of season 2 turned Deavan into an on-screen villain in some minds. A lot of fans simply hate Deavan and aren't interested in any information that could challenge this point of view. So when a fan with no actual affiliation with Jihoon launched a GoFundMe, some people actually donated. It seems that the donations were, in many cases, more about spotting Deavan than anything else. The stated goal was to fund a custody battle. And that, haters knew, would make Deavan's life a living hell. Some would say that, if you're going to hate someone that much, you should at least be paid for it. However, it looks like this may have been the angle that the GoFundMe starter was pursuing. According to Jihoon, the women demanded money from him, even more than he paid to the attorney. This baffled Jihoon, who had understood that she was doing this voluntarily. Meanwhile, she accused him of not responding to her messages or coordinating with her. Either way, they cut ties. Additionally, Jihoon cut ties with his attorney, sharing a snap of his letter to terminate the attorney's services. In the letter, he accused his lawyer of being unethical. He no longer wished to be represented by him. Now, having seen Jihoon not exactly jump for joy at responsibilities in the past, some fans had a theory. It may be that these conflicts with his attorney and the GoFundMe organizer could have been resolved. Some felt that perhaps he just wished to save face while also excusing himself from parental responsibility. But others speculate that, this time, Jihoon was telling the truth. Was Jihoon's GoFundMe a scam to get money for its creator? Was his attorney unethical? Deavan held a recent Instagram Q&A, where one fan asked about Taeyang. Specifically, the question was whether Taeyang knows that Topher, Chris, isn't his biological father. Deavan actually had a really good answer to that. "I find this question silly," Deavan began. "My father isn't my bio," she noted, "nor does blood make someone a parent." A parent, Deavan explained, is someone who takes care and loves you. Chris has been in Taeyang's life longer, Deavan wrote, referring to Topher. And Taeyang does see him as that father figure, she characterized. Deavan emphasized, it wasn't forced on him. Deavan explained that this happened naturally between her boyfriend and her young son. Similarly, she noted, she wasn't able to force Jihoon to take an interest in parenting, either. Famously, she has shared in the past how she tried to get Jihoon to contact his son, only for Jihoon to rebuff the attempts. Deavan made a great case for how actual parents are more than just biological relatives. She's right. But that didn't stop haters for blasting her, blaming her for alienating Taeyang from Jihoon.